Hello, everyone on YouTube. This is John Lobdell in California. I do a poetry reading every Wednesday and I put it on YouTube. Hope you enjoy it. Oh, let's see. First, I do this. Let's see. Glenda, you're not doing this, and Barbara's not. I don't know if Julie does. Julie likes it, right? Okay, let's see. Find some cheery poems. This might be cheery. It's called Eyes. Looking deep into your eyes, I see a glistening turquoise ocean with little flecks of gold like tiny ships. Truly, it feels like sailing into the pristine soul. Unlike the face which we have disgraced by judgments of beauty or ugliness, eyes can be nothing except beautiful, like seeing the sky reflected in a clear pool of water. Drawn in with the light you gather, I drown in your tiny ocean, then find myself safe on a distant shore, where Sophis and Sophia, the guardians of wisdom, are casting a starry net, bringing back the lost children.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah, I like that too. Let's see. Oh, okay. That's a good one. It's called Hope. First day of spring. Hiking up a little valley, we don't expect to see wildflowers yet. We are delighted. There are blue dicks on their single stalks, the little white popcorn flowers, baby blue eyes and milkmaids, blue lupin, scarlet larkspur, all encouraged by the returning light. But now it's getting late. It's time to return. And just before the parking lot, we see a field of shooting stars. That's a kind of flower. The moon is rising, reminding us of the great turning. Light and dark chase each other across the heavens, unending. Hope should never be lost.
Hmm.
Accepting. Barbara gave me a star. Accepting. I still like getting up at first light, make my drip coffee. Oh, I don't drink coffee anymore. This is an old poem. Go out to my writing studio, experience how nice it is to watch the sparrows and finches come to the feeder. Today a brown towhee comes also. There are white flowers on the apricot tree. Spring is coming. How many times have I seen this? Sometimes I wonder why I'm not disturbed to be getting old. Then I see my mind seamlessly adjust its desires and expectations with age. Accepting this, I have a glimpse into what has been constantly important through all my stages of life.
Hmm.
I think that last line could have been written better. Let's see, anything else? Yeah, one more. I am. It's an idyllic spot here, sitting by a flowing creek, surrounded by trees and hazelnut bushes. A cottonwood tree grows straight out of the water. A bird sings a melodious song. As well, there are human voices. A group of older women are having a picnic, their voices husky with age. And somewhere children are playing. Their voices explode in high-pitched exuberance. A different bird is singing an insistent trill. The creek flows like time around a dead stump. I breathe and sigh. I'm sitting still, but at the same time flowing toward the end of the stream, looking at and listening to the water. It all mixes with the voices of the women and children. In this moment, there is no time, just the sound of life endlessly chirping like some celestial bird, saying, I am, I am, I am. Okay, so Glenda sent me a poem.
A brand new poem.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, wait. I forgot that I usually start, I did. Was it last week that I read
Yeah,
half a
You
poem?
haven't finished it, yeah.
I did finish it. Well, let's read Glenda's first, and then I'll read mine. I don't need all those things. This is by Glenda. It's Life is a Clock. A clock, not a crock. Life is a clock with no hands. Yet death is a hesitant finger, and I wonder, when I think of death, is death thinking of me? The leaves have begun to turn, their clocks ticking urgently against the door of life. Their memory lost to the tree whence they fell. Death's finger arrived to touch their faces. No clock in sight, but heard just the same. I pull my quilts more tightly now. Try not to think of death, lest he hears. Write a few words, then pause and listen. Is that winter calling, a whispered song? I like that. Will my clock walk softly through the time I have left? Or will it scurry hurriedly to reach tomorrow? I write more words thinking my clock will approve, but still knowing the hesitant finger silently stalks. Silence is also a clock with no hands. That's a beautiful line. Though its song is sweeter and dusted with stars, and I will return as have all the rest, to a dust mote, a raindrop, and a clock with no hands. Barbara's clapping.
Thank you, Barbara.
She likes it.
That is beautiful. You posted that one, didn't you, Glenda?
Yeah, I did.
You should post more. Your poetry is so lovely.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was great. Especially those couple of those lines. Silence is a clock with no hands. Okay, well, let's read that one that I sort of finished. Let's see. Sitting on the bench outside the church, I see something large moving in the bushes. Bright feathers tell me it's wild turkeys. A squirrel hot from the sun lies belly flat on a tree limb. There are sounds of birds scratching the dry leaves. Two ravens fly together overhead. A metallic dragonfly flies in crazy circles. A perfect spiderweb hangs between a post and a rafter end. All these things delight me, oh beautiful, oh wondrous, a feast for my eyes. But as I notice my breath coming into my body, circulating around my heart, then there is light and heat. My inner eye opens like an owl seeing in the dark. I begin walking the zigzag trail up the hill and disappear into the picture, finding my way into eternity. Not too bad.
Fighting my way into eternity.
Yeah.
Good line.
Yeah, thanks. Okay, let's see. I guess now we read some other people's stuff. Well, I don't read too much of the older poets, but here's a Wallace Stevens. Called Wild Ducks, People, and Distances. The life of the world depends on that he is alive, on that people are alive, on that there is a village and village of them without regard to that bemisted one and apart from her. Did we expect to live in our other lives? We grew used so soon, too soon, to earth itself as an element, to the sky as an element. People might share, but we were never an element. Like earth and sky, then he became nothing else, and they were nothing else. It was late in the year, the wild ducks were enveloped, the weather was cold, yet under the migrations to solitude, there remained the smoke of the villages. Their fire was central in distances. The wild ducks could not span without any weather at all, except the weather of other lives, from which there could be no migrating. It was that they were there. It was that they were there. That held the distances off. The villages held off the final fatal distances between us and the place in which we stood. That was a little difficult to read. Here's a Machado. This is a little bit of a sad one. It's beautiful though. The wind one brilliant day called to my soul with an aroma of jasmine. In return for this jasmine odor, I'd like all the odor of your roses. I have no roses. I have no flowers left now in my garden. All are dead. Then I'll take the waters of the fountains and the yellow leaves and the dried up petals. The wind left. I wept. I said to my soul, what have you done with the garden entrusted to you? Let's see. It's hard to find too many cheerful ones with Machado, but oh, maybe this one. O evening full of light, the air hovers enchanted. The white stork half sleeps as he flies, and the swallows cross and recross, the pointed wings stretched out in the golden wind. And in the glad evening wheel far off, flying, dreaming, and the one turns back like an arrow, his pointed wings stretched out in the darkening wind, finding his black hole in the roof tiles, and the white stork, shaped like an iron hook, serene and deformed, so absurd, on the bell tower. Here's one's called Rebirth. Passageways of the soul like a young woman, her clear smiling light, in a history not long, in the joy of a new life. Yes, to be born again and walk the road, having found the lost path, to feel in our hand once more the pulse in the good hand of our mother, and to walk through life in dreams out of the love of the hand that guides us. In our souls, everything moves guided by a mysterious hand. We know nothing of our own souls that are ununderstandable and say nothing. The deepest words of the wise man teach us the same as the whistle of the wind when it blows, or the sound of the water when it's flowing. Alrighty. Here's a poem by Swir, who was a Polish poet. I talk to my body. My body, you are an animal whose appropriate behavior is concentration and discipline, an effort of an athlete, of a saint, of a yogi. Well trained, you may become for me a gate through which I will leave myself, and a gate through which I will enter myself, a plumb line to the center of the earth, and a cosmic ship to Jupiter, like that. My body, you are an animal for whom ambition is right. Splendid possibilities are open to us. Oh, I like that. I think I'm going to read that again. I talk to my body. My body, you are an animal whose appropriate behavior is concentration and discipline, an effort of an athlete, of a saint, of a yogi. Well trained, you may become for me a gate through which I will lead myself, and a gate through which I will enter myself, a plumb line to the center of the earth, and a cosmic ship to Jupiter. My body, you are an animal for whom ambition is right. Splendid possibilities are open to us. I like that line. Where
Splendid possibilities are open to us.
yeah, Brenda's coming kind of late. Yeah, I like that too. Hey, Brenda, you came. Oh, maybe she can't. Sometimes she can't speak on her computer. Okay, that's what I got here. Here's one by Limon called Privacy. On the black, wet branches of the linden. My friend used to have a house up in the gold country with a huge linden tree. It was beautiful. On the black, wet branches of the linden, still clinging to the umber leaves of late fall, two crows land. They say, stop, and still I want to make them into something they are not. Odin's ravens and Bruha's eyes. What news are they bringing of the world to the world of the gods? It can't be good. More suffering all around, more stinging nettles and toxic blades shoved into the scarred parts of us. The minor ones underneath the trees. Rain comes while I'm still standing, a trickle of water from whatever we believe is beyond the sky. The crows seem enormous, but only because I am watching them too closely. They do not care to be seen as symbols. A shake of a wing, and both of them are gone. There was no message given, no message I was asked to give. Only their great absence and my sad privacy, returning like the bracing empty wind on the black, wet branches of the linden.
Nice image.
Yeah. I remember that linden tree my friend had in his yard. At a certain time of year, there was like thousands and thousands of bees, and it was just like buzzing,
Oh my God.
pulsing. Unfortunately, he moved to Virginia. Well, I always like to read a little bit of Ursula Le Guin. on Second Hill, where on this wild hill alone a child watched the evening star. Let these bits of ash and bone rejoin the earth they always were, the earth that let her sing her love, the gift that made the giver here on the lonely hill above the valley of the river. And one called Lullaby. Where's my little fleeting cat? A year, an hour, a day. Where's my little girl at fleeting away, sleeping away? Found the way, clear away, nowhere far, nowhere near. A day, an hour, a year. To the rain. Mother rain, manifold, measureless, falling on fallow, on field and forest, on house roof, low hovel, high tower, down welling waters, all washing, wider than city, softer than sisterhood, vaster than countrysides, calming, recalling, returning to us, teaching our troubled souls in your ceaseless descent, to fall, to be fellow, to feel to the root, to sink in, to heal, to sweeten the sea. I like that. Sea, sweeten the sea. Let's see, here's one by Kabir, who was a kind of an Indian mystic from many, many years ago. Friend, wake up. Why do you go on sleeping? The night is over. Do you want to lose the day the same way? Other women who manage to get up early have already found an elephant or a jewel. So much was lost already while you slept, and that was so unnecessary. The one who loves you understood, but you did not. You forgot to make a place in your bed next to you. Instead, you spent your life playing. In your 20s, you did not grow, because you did not know who your Lord was. Wake up, wake up. There's no one in your bed. He left you during the long night. Kabir says, the only woman awake is a woman who has heard the flute. Well, let's see, I'm down to Mary. Okay, this is Mary Oliver. The Gift. After the wind-bruised sea furrowed itself back into the folds of blue, I found in the black rack a shell called the Neptune, tawny and white, spherical, with a tail, and a tower, and a dark door, and all of it no larger than my fist. It looked, you might say, very expensive. I thought of its travels in the Atlantic's wind-pounded bowl, and wondered that it was still intact. Ah, yes, there was the door that held only the eventual, inevitable emptiness. There's that. There's always that. Still, what a house to leave behind. I held it like the wisest of books and imagined his travels toward my hand. And now, your hand. Coyote in the dark. Coyotes remembered. The darkest thing met me in the dark. It was only a face and a brace of teeth that held no words, though I felt a salty breath sighing in my direction. Once, in an autumn that was long gone, I was down on my knees in the cranberry bog and heard in that lonely place 2 voices coming down the hill. And I was thrilled to be granted the secret that the coyotes walking together can talk together. For I thought, what else could it be? And even though what emerged were 2 young women, 2-legged for sure, and not at all aware of me, their nimble young women tongues telling and answering, and though I knew I had believed something probably not true, yet it was wonderful to have believed it, and it stayed with me. as a present once given to a forever given is forever given. Easy and happy they sounded, those two maidens of the wilderness, from which we have, who knows, to what furious, pitiful extent, banished ourselves. And maybe one more, Mary. Night herons. Some herons were fishing in the robes of the night at a low hour of the water's body, and the fish, I suppose, were full of fish happiness in those transparent inches, even as over and over the beaks jacked down and the narrow bodies were lifted with every quick sowie. And that was the end of them, as far as we know. Though what do we know except that death is so everywhere and so entire, pummeling and felling, or sometimes like this, appearing through such a thin door, one stab and you're through. And what then? Why then it was almost morning. One by one the birds opened their wings and flew. Well, let's end at something different than that. Mornings at Blackwater. For years, every morning I drank from Blackwater Pond. It was flavored with oak leaves, and also, no doubt, the feet of ducks. And always it assuaged me from the dry bowl of the very far past. What I want to say is that the past is the past, and the present is what your life is, and you are capable of choosing what that will be, darling citizen. So come to the pond or the river of your imagination, or the harbor of your longing, and put your lips to the world and live your life. All right. Well, thank you all for coming.
Thank you,
Thanks,
John.
John. Everybody have a great week.
Yeah,
you.
you will, Julie.
Thank
All
you.
right. Thanks, John.
Thanks, John. Thanks, everybody.
Brenda,
Sorry I jumped in late, but
no.
I'm glad I jumped in.
Yeah, we're glad you did too.
Yeah.
Okay, Brenda and Glenda, I'll see you next week.
All righty.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.